Hi, and welcome to the LesParis.com podcast. I'm Les. This podcast is a short daily monologue that you can listen to. Use it to practice listening to English. Use it to stimulate ideas. Use it for BGM.
Hello and welcome to the Les Paris podcast. Today you're about to listen to episode 191. Yesterday in episode 190, I talked about silicon chips. And today in episode 191, you can listen about tapioca. Tapioca. Do you know what tapioca is? Well, when I was a little boy, I remember my mom or my grandma making tapioca pudding for me. I loved it. I always wanted more, but for them, I don't know, for some reason, they almost never made it. I can probably count on two hands the times that I had tapioca pudding, but I was so impressed with it that I've never forgotten it. After maybe 12 or 13 years old, I don't remember ever having it again. And I almost forgot about tapioca until a few years ago I saw tapioca in a tea drink, of all things. I thought, that's weird. Why would people put tapioca in a tea drink? But it seems to be really popular these days. There's more and more stands opening up selling tapioca tea. Of course, it's not tapioca tea. That's not what people call it. I don't know what they call it, but I've heard that it's called bubble tea in Canada. Whatever the fact, I remember that tapioca is certainly not new. It's old. And I just read a little bit about tapioca. It's like almost pure carbohydrate. That doesn't sound very good. Because, carbohydrates are what can help you get fat, right? And they eat it quite a bit in some countries, especially Central and South America. And in fact, if you eat too much tapioca and not enough other things, you can get sick because tapioca has very few, if almost zero nutrients in it. It's got no protein and no fat and not many minerals and no fiber to speak of. It's just carbohydrates and water. So it's kind of yummy and it's got a cool texture. When you eat it, you can feel the texture of the tapioca bubbles in your mouth. But aside from that, it doesn't have much nutritional value. I don't know. I'd like to have my old tapioca pudding like I had when I was a child. What about you? What do you know about tapioca? Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of the Les Paris podcast. Today, in episode 191, you listened about tapioca. Be sure to come back again tomorrow and listen in to episode 192, which is all about cream.